Welcome to the Tea Huddle with Marisa and Kelly.
Your only source for gridiron gossip.
So if you want to know who was at Taylor Swift's house this weekend,
or if you want to know how good certain players are at football, especially as you start to build your fantasy teams, then this is the podcast for you.
Yes, this is where pop culture meets the NFL. Always tons of celeb drama to cover, but Kelly, I hear this week there is also some quarterback drama. So before we get into Taylor Swift's mansion party, I hear things are heating up in the QB room in New England. Can you let us know what's going on?
I know. I feel like the past 2 years in New England, there's always quarterback drama, and it's not stopping yet. So we still don't know who is going to start the quarterback position for the Patriots, and we probably won't know until Monday.
Wow.
Next Monday.
The anticipation.
And it's giving me flashbacks to last season when we didn't know if it was going to be Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi. And the whole position was a mess all year because we never knew who was going to be the quarterback. And it's not good for the team morale. It's not good for the quarterbacks, obviously.
Yeah.
And then this season, Gerard Mayo kind of screwed up because after the preseason game this past weekend, he called May the second best quarterback on the roster after he stepped in. And then the next day, on Monday, he backtracked and said Drake May outplayed Jacoby Brissett. So a little bit confusing, I think, for both of them.
Definitely. And for us over here.
I think they're probably confused on who's going to start. I am confused.
Yeah.
I think Jacoby Brissett.
And Jacoby Brissett has been around. He's not new.
Yeah, he's the veteran. So I'm thinking they just want Drake to learn from him a little bit more. But it sounds like Drake can maybe prove himself still. He's got a few more days of practice to go. So
only a few. And then they have another quarterback that they drafted. I only remember this Joe Milton, their other guy, because right after the draft, there was a video. I think he went to the Barstool office or something. There was a video of him throwing an orange really, really far and really, really hard. And everybody's like, this guy's arm is crazy. And I'm like, why is nobody talking about the guy with the crazy arm who threw an orange really hard? Kelly, why isn't anyone talking about him?
I'm talking about him.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe Milton, he's also exciting. And who knows, maybe he'll be the quarterback who emerges out of all of these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And he was drafted in the 6th round.
Okay.
And you know how much we love 6th round picks in New England. So maybe his time is coming.
Because Tom Brady was the 6th round pick.
But no matter what quarterback we go with, I think the Patriots still have some problems to figure out. Our offensive line seems to be a huge issue that's going to make it hard for any of these quarterbacks to succeed.
I'm going to be honest, Kelly, it does not sound like the Patriots are in for a great season ahead.
Yeah, we are we're rebuilding, but we'll see what quarterback can perform the best without anyone to put up to or an offensive line.
With a coach who's telling different stories out of each side of his mouth. But he's new too, the coach. So maybe he has no idea what's going on himself. That's probably not what you want for your team.
Yeah, I mean the players really seem to like him. He was a Patriot.
Oh right,
I
forgot that.
He understands the organization, but you can't be saying those things. And then the Patriots also have a 4th quarterback currently, Bailey Zappi.
Yes, it was Zappi hour.
Last
2 years. Was it 2 years ago? He had a game where he did great, and then the next game, everybody was like, "It's Zappi hour," and then they just didn't play him anymore. And
they played him a little bit. Him and Mac were competing all season last year.
Yeah, so where's he in the mix of all of this?
He's still there. Yeah, okay. There's one preseason game where we played all 4 quarterbacks.
Wow, it's like an audition.
They got to figure it out over there.
Yeah, I bet Mac Jones is
happy.
Happy down in Florida that he's out of this mess.
Seems like Mac Jones is really proving himself down in Jacksonville. So I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's not dealing with this quarterback stress that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And then there's also more quarterback drama in Denver.
Where our sweet little Zach Wilson ended up.
Yeah, the drama just keeps following Zach Wilson.
Oh, this guy can't catch a break.
It's very similar in Denver to what's happening in New England. Basically, the Broncos drafted Bo Nix in the 1st round.
Bo Nix, we talked about him in one of our draft episodes. He has been married for 2 years, even though he's only 21, which to each their own. And he has an adopted brother that he played football with that like his family took in. And that's a nice story. So I like Bo Nix.
Yeah, right. We like Bo Nix. And it seems like they like him in Denver as well. He's pretty set up for the starting role. Everyone understands that. Zach Wilson at least understands that. Right now, Zach Wilson and Jared Stidham are duking it out for the backup spot.
Oh.
And Zach, very humble, very sweet. He is ready to be the backup. He understands that's where he belongs.
I feel like Zach Wilson does not feel like he's ready to be QB1. He doesn't want to be QB1. It seemed like from Hard Knocks last year with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, he was excited to learn from a vet. And then poor guy didn't quite have that chance. He was forced to be QB1 and get hated on by everybody all across America.
Yeah, he didn't have a fair shot last year.
So he's probably like, oh my God, this is great. Let somebody else do it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'll learn from young little Bo Nix.
Yeah. But
Jared Stidham is not very happy about Bo Nix starting. So Jared Stidham started the last 2 seasons in Denver once Russell Wilson was benched. He's been around the league as a backup.
I feel like I've never heard that name before in my entire life.
And he was very disappointed he didn't get the starting role. I guess when you like play, if you start like games and you like hope you can take it over for the next season,
especially compared to a rookie.
Yeah, a new rookie, and then Zach Wilson. And it seems like Zach Wilson just played really well against the Cardinals in the preseason finale, so he might be the backup, where Stidham was really hoping to have that spot. He really wanted the starting position.
Yeah.
So for him not to even get the backup
demoted
position,
2 rounds. Yeah, tough.
It's the dog world out there.
Yeah. And I read that now people are pissed at the Jets for blaming everything on little Zach when it turns out that he's actually pretty good. If he's had a good showing in Denver, maybe it wasn't all his fault. He got ice cream. He tried his best.
Yeah, I think a lot of these young quarterbacks were set up to fail last year. So we'll see if they're looked after a little bit more this coming season.
Yeah.
And it looked like there was some quarterback drama brewing in Pittsburgh as well. So not every city's figured it out. But I think everyone knows and feels comfortable with Russell Wilson being the starter there.
Oh, so Russell Wilson has left the Broncos. He took Sierra and all their cute kids and they went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're now Pittsburgh people.
Okay. I'm still learning I need flashcards with all, like, it took me a while just to learn who all the quarterbacks were last year.
This year.
So we'll all get there, everyone together. We'll get there. You don't need to know it all right now. That's what I'm telling myself.
We're going to get you there.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Kelly. So who, if it wasn't Russell Wilson for the starter in Pittsburgh, who might it be?
Justin Fields was also traded to Pittsburgh.
Oh.
So 2 of them have been playing for the starting position.
The only thing I remember about Justin Fields is that he is epileptic, which seems like it would be tough to play football, but he's doing it.
Yeah, that's a great story, actually.
Yeah. And maybe he's doing it as QB1. We'll see. Russell Wilson hopes not. Well, we all know one quarterback that will definitely be starting week 1, Patrick Mahomes. That's a given. No question marks there in Kansas City. And do you know where he was at over the weekend?
I did see he was at Taylor's mansion, Rhode Island.
Yes. Taylor had a big party at her Rhode Island mansion.
We weren't there, but maybe next time.
We were not invited. But luckily, the Daily Mail, TMZ, The Sun, The Post, everybody is posting lots of far lens photos for us to pretend we were there. It was in celebration of Blake Lively's 37th birthday. Also in attendance was Blake Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor's friend, Gigi Hadid, her boyfriend, Bradley Cooper, Patrick and Brittany Mahomes, and Jason and Kylie Kelsey.
Oh.
A star-studded event.
I saw all of them were there, but I didn't see that Brittany Mahomes was at the party, actually.
So I haven't seen any photos of her through those long lens cameras that I mentioned, but TMZ and Daily Mail both say she was there. She may have been hiding, trying to lay a little low after getting some backlash online this week. So you may have seen, because it was sort of all over the place, she liked an Instagram post from Donald Trump. It was the 2024 GOP platform to make America great again, a 20-point list, which Brittany Mahomes liked what he had to say. So she gave that post a like, and people online weren't happy about it. She got some backlash. A lot of people saying, well, now we know where she stands and how could Taylor support this. Taylor Swift has previously spoken out against Donald Trump and spoken in favor of things like LGBTQ rights, reproductive health, and those are at odds with some of Donald Trump's platforms. So people were wondering how that lands, but clearly there's no issue between them. They were at the party together. Brittany Mahomes' response was to post a quote to her Instagram story, and the quote read, "To be a hater as an adult, you have to have some deep-rooted issues you refuse to heal from childhood. There's no reason your brain is fully developed and you hate to see others doing well." And she wrote, "I mean, honestly."
I don't really think it's people being haters. I think they just have different opinions, and
yeah, I think they
that happens
disagree with the political content that you liked.
When you're active on social media, people are gonna notice these things and say what their opinion is on the matter.
Yep.
But yeah, she definitely doubled down on her beliefs there, and we'll see how her friendship with Taylor evolves. But I have always been impressed with Patrick Mahomes' PR presence. He always seems to say the right thing and never wants to stir up any political conversations. But everyone around him just loves to stir the pot and get him involved in all kinds of drama, whether it's his dad,
his brother,
DUIs, his brother doing bad things, his wife.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes has not spoken out politically, but he is politically active. In 2020, he helped pay some of the costs of using Arrowhead Stadium as a polling location and was super vocal about voting, having your voice heard, which I feel like everyone can agree on is important.
Yes.
Regardless of where you stand. But while we're talking about Taylor, you know that I basically have a word quota about Taylor and Travis I have to hit every week. So before we move on from them, the other news that I'm here to report is that Taylor just concluded her international leg of the Eras tour. And to celebrate that, Travis Kelce reportedly got her 51 deluxe boxes of red roses, each containing 60 to 70 roses and costing $616 a box, which means he spent $31,416 on roses.
How many roses is that? I'm doing the math right now. Over 3,000.
Oh my God. I mean, her Rhode Island mansion's big enough to hold them. But the reason it's 51 boxes is because she played 51 shows abroad.
Aw.
Cute. Happy for them. And happy for the Million Roses company having no integrity and leaking all of this information to The Sun, who posted about it, so that we get to bring this news to all of you.
I mean, it's good publicity, right?
Yeah. I'm like, next time I need to buy 3,000 roses, I'll go to the Million Roses company. next time I have a quick $30K to spend on flowers, they're my first call. And then Monday morning, photos were taken of Travis Kelce boarding a private flight super early, solo. Taylor stayed in Rhode Island, and Travis is heading back to Kansas City because that man has some football to play.
Yeah. They'll be reunited again
I hope.
Post-tour. And in other rookie news, Jaden Daniels, the quarterback for the Commanders, and Malik Neighbors, wide receiver for the Giants, both placed a $10,000 bet on Rookie of the Year.
Yes, I saw this. So Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors both were students at Louisiana State together. So teammates, classmates, both got drafted in the first round and made a bet with each other. I think it was not through an official platform. It was just a one-on-one bet, $10K that I'm going to make be offensive rookie of the year. And then the other one's like $10K, I'm going to do it. But then they were given multiple sessions about the rules of gambling in the National Football League and that it is strictly prohibited. And
Yeah, it's a big no-no. Although I do appreciate like a little competition between the two old teammates.
And like how exciting that, like you said, they were quarterback, wide receiver. Like they were probably in lockstep for the last few years. And now they're against each other in the big league. And I'm sure bets like this happen all the time. But Neighbors announced it on a podcast and then had to release a statement to ESPN last Friday saying, "I'm educated now that I got here about sports betting and gambling. So we're calling the bet off. There is no bet now. It was just another brother pushing another brother to try to get to success. That's all it was." I feel like they were like, you better take that back right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe don't put any money on it. Maybe just like do it for your own pride. But it is funny because last season, Kayshon Boutte, who plays for the Patriots, also got in trouble for sports betting when he was at LSU. So
he was the one who did like thousands of bets.
That was
that we were
different.
Like, who even knows how this man had this much time to place this many bets? So maybe it's something in LSU culture
that they need to. They need to. Like,
nobody told them you're not allowed to bet on yourself. I like the idea of betting on yourself.
Yeah,
but you know, maybe it's a slippery slope into betting against yourself, which is, you're definitely not allowed to do that. I will say that I saw that the NFL's gambling policy, which prohibits all players and league personnel from placing, soliciting, and facilitating any bets. In 2022, the policy clearly stated private wagers between teammates, family, and friends or others are banned, but that was not included in last year's policy. So it could be a little bit of a gray area, but when it comes to things that are going to get you fined and suspended, like probably best to avoid a gray area.
Rookie year. And it's also worth noting that on betting platforms, neither of them are the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. Caleb Williams is a strong lead, but I'm rooting for them now. At least.
Yeah, me too. I like the one which one was drafted 6th? Neighbors. I like him because of the 3 of them. He was drafted the lowest, so it gives it a little underdog.
He's not a quarterback either.
Yeah. So Neighbors, and he's a Giant, New York, hometown kind of thing.
Yeah, they need a star.
Yeah, go Neighbors. Speaking of making bold calls, it's time to hear from our favorite fortune teller in a return segment that we like to call
Kelly predicts the future.
Kelly, what do you have for us this year? Predictions for the 2024 football season.
Yeah, so here we are, preseason.
Before we have any idea.
Before we have any idea what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But I'm feeling bold today.
Let's go.
Yeah, I have 5 or so predictions, so hang tight.
Okay.
First one, I got to talk about my favorite football team, the Patriots. And this isn't too outrageous. I'm going to ease into these, but I predict the Patriots will go 6-11 this season, which may not sound very good, but it's 2 more wins than last year where they went 4-13. So
they're gonna
making
it's
progress.
Gonna be an improvement for the
Who
Pats.
knows? Maybe even 7-10.
Oh,
and I will say they have a very challenging schedule this year, and according to ESPN, are only predicted to win maximum of 4 games.
Okay, so you're shooting for the stars.
But I'm feeling good.
I mean, so far, all we know about them is that they have no idea who their quarterback is. Their coach has no idea how to speak at a press conference, and that they have a tough schedule.
Yeah, they've got no offensive line.
Oh, yeah, right. Also, they have no offensive line. I love it.
But they got heart.
If you're not going to root for your team, who is, you know?
Yeah. They're rebuilding, and they're going to rebuild their way to 6 wins.
Let's go. All right. You guys heard it here first. Patriots win 6. Okay, while we're here talking about our favorite teams, as you all remember from my journey to find my team last season, I am a diehard Lions fan. Kelly, what do you think the Lions record will be?
It's good timing to become a Lions fan. I think your record will be a lot better than mine. I'm predicting 11 wins, 11-6 or 12, even 12 wins.
Oh,
Lions
so
are gonna go far this year.
Let's go. I'm
excited
so the
for
reverse of your record.
The reverse of my record.
All right. Love it. I'll take it.
My second prediction is that Aaron Rodgers, he's going to start to show his age. He's 40, and
Wow.
it's going to show, and he will not finish the season. Again, for different reasons.
What will the reasons be this time?
I honestly think he is going to retire early. He's not going to play as well as everyone thinks he will. And instead of, admitting that he's 40 and not an elite quarterback anymore.
Yeah, and doesn't show up to
that
preseason
he's going to retire and maybe blame it on the turf at MetLife that might cause injuries, or I don't know. Something.
It's going to be a personality
some kind of
thing, not a skill thing.
He's more interested in coaching these days than playing, but only time will tell.
He's interested in self-discovery.
Yeah.
He's interested in politics sometimes, it seems.
Yeah, he hasn't quite figured out what his next move is, I think.
Okay, I like that one. That for second season in a row.
Yeah.
He will
Sorry,
not
Jets.
complete it. Okay, prediction number 3.
Prediction number 3, while we're talking about elite quarterbacks and Aaron no longer being one.
Yeah.
I predict that only one of the first round quarterbacks that were drafted this year will be considered elite by the end of the season.
Oh, because there were a lot of first round draft pick quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's 6 first round draft quarterbacks.
Wow. And you think 5 are not?
Well, JJ McCarthy is already out.
Yeah, and people thought he was going to be the one to watch. Also, he's so cute.
Yeah, so we already know he's not. It's not his year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, we'll get him next year, JJ.
Drake May, we've talked about. Yeah, he's competing to be a starter, so not looking good right now. And then Michael Penix Jr. was drafted to the Falcons. I think Kirk Cousins is going to keep that position as starting quarterback, so he won't be seeing much this year. But the 3 quarterbacks that are in the running of being elite quarterbacks is Caleb Williams, of course, Jaden Daniels, who
bet on himself to win Rookie of the
bet
Year.
on himself. Yeah, he plays for the Commanders. And Bo Nix, who we talked about, plays for the Broncos. And by elite, I mean this player will start every game, have a great passer rating, average at least 2 or more touchdowns per game, at least 4,000 passing yards, and, have to be a good decision maker, get out of the pocket, and avoid being sacked.
Okay, so are you predicting now who that one will be, or just that there will be only one?
Yeah, I think all signs at this point that I can't deny are pointing to Caleb Williams being that elite quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot going for him. He's been set up pretty well. He has a lot of players to throw to. The Bears have a lot of good wide receivers that are ready for him. And as we've seen in Hard Knocks, he seems confident. He said in one of the latest Hard Knocks episodes that he hasn't been nervous for a football game since high school. So he's ready to go.
Yes. So Hard Knocks, anybody who's looking for where reality TV meets the NFL, if you wish you were watching Bravo on Sunday and Monday night, Hard Knocks is the show for you. We talked about it a little bit last season. They've expanded it that now it used to just be in season, right? Or it used to just be preseason.
Last year was preseason with the Jets.
Right. And now they've expanded. Now there's during the draft, they did with the Giants, during
this preseason
with the Bears. Last year they were in season with the Dolphins. This year they'll probably be in season again. Yeah, I feel like maybe next week we should talk about all the reality TV.
Yeah, there's a lot of good football shows out there now. Reality TV.
Yeah, docu-series. If you want to sound a little more prestigious than reality TV, we can get into the highlights of those. But right now, Bears preseason, Caleb Williams, he looks really comfortable and relaxed. He doesn't look like the stress and the pressure of all the hype and build up around being the first round pick and such a big contract and everyone's looking at you and everyone's critiquing your nail polish and your man purse. And he seems like cool as a cucumber and ready.
There to do his job.
Yeah. We're rooting for you.
So of the 6 first round picks, I'm going to give it to Caleb to finish the strongest, get that Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah. And maybe those extra $10K. Just kidding. I bet he's a rule follower and not a gambler. We'll see.
My next prediction, adding on to my Caleb Williams prediction is that the Bears will win the NFC North division title, which hasn't happened since 2005.
Wow.
So it's a big year for the Bears.
Go Bears. Pause up.
Yeah, their schedule looks like they would dominate, honestly.
Wow.
They're playing the Patriots and the Commanders, which
Yeah,
both
so
have
they got those in the bag.
Yeah. Hey, I can say it, but you can't. Yeah, they have a big opportunity this year. And
all right, it's like it seems like they're a top dog because they got the first round pick and he's the best and but like we love to hear that a team that hasn't had this title since 2005 might stand a chance.
yeah, the fans deserve it.
Yeah, everyone should get a turn. All right, what's next?
My last prediction is a little less fun, but I think Tyreek Hill is going to be suspended. So
I think that's a great prediction.
Tyreek Hill, he is a wide receiver for the Dolphins. He is very, very good.
And very equally troubled.
Very, very good, equally troubled. And yeah, last season, he didn't get in any trouble with the law per se, but he did have quite a few lawsuits against him.
Yes.
So maybe it'll go one step further this season. Something's going to happen. I don't know if I want to predict what that's going to be. I don't know if you want to predict what that's going to be. But
yeah, I would say it's most likely under the broad umbrella of violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. That's what they say when someone gets suspended for like an off-field infraction. He has many of those. So many, I mean, not that you would get suspended for this, but as we remember from last season, so many paternity lawsuits. Everywhere you look, this man has impregnated yet another woman. Who's got the time? Well, he's like so busy playing football. A history of violence towards women and children, allegedly. It just seems like he gets into trouble. So I would agree that
something's going
to happen with him this season. And yeah, maybe it'll lead to a suspension.
Yeah, probably just 1 game suspension because, you know, it's the NFL after all.
You got to do something really bad to get more than that.
Yeah, and PSA, everybody, Tyreek Hill was on my fantasy team last year. He may have gotten me a lot of points, but
on my abuser-free team,
I lost still.
Yes,
yeah.
I beat you with a squeaky clean set of guys. I mean, hopefully I couldn't dig into everything every man has ever done, but I did Google their name and trouble. And if anything comes up, that's why I had to draft Joe Mixon because he punched a woman in the face. So I had to trade. I had to trade Joe Mixon because during my draft, I didn't know that he had punched a woman straight in the face to knock her out in a pizza place in college, but the video's online and I won anyway. Yeah.
And yeah, it worked out for you. And yeah, everyone else out there, Tyreek Hill is going to be suspended, so don't draft him.
Yeah. Are you going to take your own advice?
I'm going to listen to it this time.
Okay.
I'm going to clean up my act, my team in order. At least the Tyreek piece. We'll see who else is drafted because I want to win.
I think these are great predictions. I'm so excited to see if they all come to fruition.
Yeah, we'll be checking in on them throughout the season.
Making some more along the way.
Making some more.
We'll let you watch a couple games and see how the teams are before I make you predict early on in the season who's going to go to the Super Bowl.
I already have a lot of thoughts on this, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait another few weeks here.
Okay.
Just to make sure I'm not letting anyone down out there.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that brings us to our final goss.
Final goss.
Marissa, what do you have for us?
Today's final goss, I bring to you the question, is Giants quarterback Daniel Jones dating sportscaster Kay Adams? So if you're not familiar, Kay Adams is a very pretty sportscaster. She hosted Good Morning Football on the NFL Network from 2016 to 2022, along with hosting for FanDuel, NBC Sports. She has a big presence in the sports casting world. Daniel Jones, we know, is some might say, wildly overpaid Giants quarterback. Important to note that he is on a $160 million contract, and so far in the preseason, the Giants haven't completed a single touchdown pass, but that's not what we're here to talk about. That's not what this is about. This is about how the internet is swirling that the two of them are dating.
There's something good that's going on in Daniel Jones's life.
Perhaps. We'll see. But previously, Kay Adams reportedly had dated Danny Amendola. There are photos of them together, but they never confirmed publicly. And then in 2022, rumors of her and tight end CJ Uzoma, who was on the Jets at the time, and he actually addressed this in a tweet. He said some sportscaster, podcast guy, Dave Lapham, was saying that they were dating, and he said, I don't know what at this guy's handle is talking about. I'm not dating Kay. My decision to go to New York was not about anything other than what was in my best interest for me and my playing career. Respect you, Dave, but had to call this out when false rumors are spreading. So this is not Kay Adams' first time being subject to these rumors. Bringing us up to current day, a couple weeks ago, Daniel Jones did an interview on her show, Up and Adams, on FanDuel TV. And there is like a 2-second clip where it looks like they have a little bit of chemistry and she stutters. And that's literally it. That's the whole thing.
Maybe
and
it's like, maybe they really hit it off.
But I think it just was like one cute moment. And then the internet went ablaze. Like, look, she's stuttering over her words as she's like entranced by Daniel Jones's new bearded look because he has a little bit of stubble. Then the very next day, a tweet that said, per TMZ, New York Giants superstar QB Daniel Jones is dating American sportscaster Kay Adams. That tweet has 2.3 million views, 6.3 thousand likes, a ton of retweets. Ooh. The only problem is that TMZ did not report that. It's not anywhere.
Who tweeted it? Just
some guy. Yeah.
Person.
He has a blue check, but you can pay for those now. He's just a Giants fan. He's just like a guy who tricked the world. In fact, it seems like Daniel Jones has a longtime girlfriend, and it's not Kay Adams. It is a girl, Ella Bonafede, a lacrosse player from Duke. They met when they were both students there. She has a private Instagram account and a private Facebook account, and I can't find a lot about her online. But a post from 2019 wishing Daniel Jones a happy 22nd birthday was reported. She said, "So unbelievably proud of you, Daniel. I cannot wait to be cheering you on in New York. Let's go Giants," right after he was drafted. And then she was seen at some games as recently as 2022. So I'm here to debunk this as just goss, not fact. It seems like this is just the case of a beautiful woman working in sports and getting linked to anyone that she interviews. Someone made up a tweet to go viral, and it worked.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Danny Dimes on the field this year, unlike last year, so we can maybe confirm his.
Yeah, we'll look for Ella out there in the stands rooting him on. But yeah, it seems like he and Kay Adams are not an item. Debunked. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. We cannot wait until these games actually start. We can give you more updates.
Yes, it'll all be happening in real time.
Yeah.
Keep tuning in for more QB drama, dating rumors, and internet turmoil. My favorite of the three.
We've got you covered.
Yeah. And we will see you all next Thursday.
And until then, stay juicy.